I want to hold her hand, I want to work alongside you and help to identify what are the parameters I look at in order to identify whether this is the set that I should pick. So I am from the school of a thought which states don't just look at sets randomly. First, पहले पढ़िए, second, I say read all those sets and identify the order. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. Let's have a look at the first set. There are 9 boxes arranged in a 3 cross 3 array as shown in tables 1 and 1. Each box contains 3 sacks. Each sack has a certain number of coins between 1 and 9, both inclusive. Very important. Because otherwise between 1 and 9 means there 1 and 9 included 9. So that is an important part. Okay. The average number of coins per sack in the boxes are all distinct integers. The total number of coins in each row is the same. The total number of coins in each column is also the same. So when I am reading this, thing going on in my mind is 1 to 9 के बीच में है coins in the sacks of box. So there are 3 elements. I have a box. Each box has sacks. The sacks have coins. This has gone on in my brain. If needed, I will go ahead and write it down on a piece of paper as well so that I understand the flow की हो गया है. If I am looking at table 1, box 1 है, 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 तो मेरे को 9 boxes दिख रहे हैं. That's what my brain is telling me. The boxes are able to see. The second thing we said, the total number of coins in each row and the total in each column are the same. Okay, I'm happy. There's some data. Let's look at more data. Table 1 gives information regarding the median of the number of coins in the 3 sacks in a box for some of the boxes. In table 2, each box has a number which represents the number of sacks in that box having more than 5 coins. Okay. That number is followed by asterisk if the sacks in that box satisfy exactly one among the following 3 conditions, and it is followed by 2 asterisks if 2 or more of these conditions are satisfied. So basically क्या बोला, ठीक है, ये box है. अब box के अंदर sacks है, sacks के अंदर coins है. Median number of coins across the 3 sacks 9 है. Median number of coins across the 3 sacks 6. Median number of coins across the 3 sacks 2. Median number of coins across the 3 sacks 8. Okay. It is also telling me that out of the 3 coins, okay, within the sacks, one of them has the number greater than 5. 2 has greater than 5. 2 has greater than 5. 2 has greater than 5. 0 has greater than 5. What are the asterisks? Single asterisk if one of these conditions is met, double asterisk if 2 or more are met. What are the conditions? Minimum among the number of the coins in the 3 sacks in the box is 1. Median of the number of coins in the 3 sacks is 1. The maximum among the number of coins in the 3 sacks is 9. Understood the question? Data समझ आ गया? काफी ज़्यादा डेटा है. बॉक्स है, सैक है, कॉइन में 1 to 9 है. अब वो कॉइन्स में थोड़े में मेरे को पता है मीडियम नंबर ऑफ कॉइन्स क्या है, मेरे को एक्चुअल नंबर ऑफ कॉइन्स सबका पता नहीं. मेरे को ये पता है कि भैया सैक्स में सारे मिला के ईच बॉक्स में कितने हैं जिसमें ग्रेटर देन 5 है. This is the data that I know if I'm thinking of it in Hindi. And my mind is thinking in Hindi. Your mind always thinks in your your mother tongue. So it always is thinking like that. So if you're thinking English, great. If you're thinking Hindi, okay. If you're thinking Gujarati, okay. Bengali, okay. Tamil, okay. Doesn't matter. The point is, have I been able to go ahead and understand the data that way? The very next thing I do is I look at the question. What are the questions? What is the total number of coins in all the boxes in the third row? Okay, total number of coins in all the boxes here. I know the categorically the total number of coins in each row is the same. So the number in this row, the number in this row, number in this row is the same. Also total number of coins in each column is same. Now total number of coins, this पूरे game में अगर 3x हो, so each row में x होगा. Similarly, each column में भी x होगा. So that means each row पे total number of coins is same as each column में total number of coins. All of this my mind is already telling. It is already throwing this info at me, and I'm like, okay, great, sounding good. This is the question we might be doing. How many boxes have at least one sack containing 9 coins? At least one, so I will need to understand for each of the boxes that each sack and how many coins I will need to get the entire data to know at least one के पास 9 होना है. तो यहाँ पे मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. Okay. For how many boxes are the average and median of the number of coins contained in the 3 sacks in the box is the same? There is no CBD, there are no options, it's a theta, that means I will guaranteed get an answer because it's theta. For how many sacks have exactly 1 coin? Theta, I should get the answer. In how many boxes do all the 3 sacks contain different number of coins? Theta, I should get the answer. When I'm looking at the questions now, theta, and theta is not something which I enjoy. So there are no options. I can't eliminate, I can't subtract, I can do anything. But one thing is for sure, यार देख के लग रहा है there will be no cases. There will be only one unique case in solving this set. When I see there is one unique case, then I see that this entire set is operating on this concept of numbers, and if you understand the concept of median, you will be able to do this set. I get very, very excited, and I feel, Gautam, this set is doable. Whether it will be priority or not, I don't know. Whether it will take me 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I don't know, but it is doable. Whenever I see a doable set in CAT, I get excited because I know one set also 90. So I write one. I don't know इससे पहले whether I will be able to solve something or not, but I know this one I will surely solve. If there are more easier ones, then great. If there aren't, then please I will start with this. Not a problem. At least one set that looks doable has come. Let's move to the second set. 3 participants. Whenever I read their names, I read it as ABC. So the participants are ABC, participate in a random draw competition for 5 days. Each day, each participant randomly picks up a ball numbered between 1 and 9. The number of the ball determines his score on that day. The total score of a participant is the sum of his scores attained in the 5 days. मैंने बॉल उठाया, बॉल पे जो आया ये मेरा स्कोर है. 5 days every day I pick up a ball, I get my score. Okay, easy. The total score of a day is the sum of the participant's score on that day. The total score, okay. So the total score of a day, if there are 3 participants, the sum of all the scores, the total. समझ आ गया? The 2-day average on a day, except on day 1, is the average of the total score of that day and of the previous day. For example, if the total score of day 1 and day 2 are 25 and 20, then the 2-day average on day 2 is calculated as 22.5. Table 1 gives 2-day averages for the 2 days to days 2 to 5. Okay, lovely. So, if the 2-day average at the end of day 2 is 15, मतलब अगर average 2 दिन का 15 है, sum 30 होगा. So day 1 plus day 2 is 30. Day 2 plus day 3 should be 15.5 into 2, which is 21. And I know I can go ahead and get day 3 plus day 4, day 4 plus day 5. Mind this in first class. Lovely. Good stuff. I think enough information I've already gotten. Lovely. आगे क्या है? Participants are ranked each day with the person having the maximum score being awarded the minimum rank. जिसका max score है उसको minimum rank 1, टॉपर को 1 मिलता है, max score होता है rank 1, so it's in line with what we understand perfect. If there is a tie, all participants with the tied score are awarded the best available rank. For example, if on a day Akhil, Vimal and Chatur score 8, 7, 7 respectively, then their ranks will be 1, 2 and 2 respectively on that day. So ये नहीं कि 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 2 दोनों को rank, ठीक है, these ranks are given in the table. So ranks भी है. Additional info, Chatur always scores in multiples of 3. His score on day 2 is the unique highest score in the competition. His minimum score is observed only on day 1 and it matches Akhil's score on day 2. Okay. The total score on day 3 is the same as the total score on day 2. Interesting. Day 4 का 2-day average is 16. That means day 3 plus day 4 will be equal to 32. If the 2-day average is 16, then 2-day sum is 16 to 32. Now they are saying the total score on day 3 and day 4 is the same. मतलब दोनों का 16, 16 होगा. तो मेरे को day 3 का day 4, I found out day 3 and day 4. Then I can find day 2, I can find day 2, day 1, and I can find day 5 also. That means the total score of a particular day, which is the sum of scores of all participants I can find the moment I read point number 2. Guaranteed set I want to solve. I am excited. और कहीं तो already मिल गया. Guaranteed मुझे solve करना है ये set. और ये तो first set से पहले करना है because ये point देख के my life is saying jingle आना. Jingle आना. Perfect. मजा आता है. एक पॉइंट देख के लग गया भैया ये सेट तो पॉकेट में है 10-15 मिनट में 15 मार्क आएंगे 90% one knocking because of 1. What are the questions like? Will there be cases? What is Akhil's score on day 1? Direct. Who attains maximum total score? Direct. Minimum possible total score. Minimum possible total score. ठीक है. There could be cases. If the total of Vimal is a multiple of 3, guaranteed cases. If Akhil attains, so I am very very clear कि भैया if ये बोला है minimum possible बोला है cases होने वाले हैं. But already एक piece of data को देख के I know the total score for everybody and I know the ranks and there is additional information, I feel very confident कि भैया यहाँ पे मेरे को easily कुछ ना कुछ तो मिलेगा, मैं guaranteed कुछ solve कर पाऊँगा. My mind is telling me even though there are cases government look at. This is how my mind is operating. I am taking time to showcase to you how my mind operates. Okay? Obviously, in the actual CAT exam, I'm not going to spend 5 minutes on each set deciding करना है नहीं, right? But today I'm spending because the objective is to teach you how to do it. Okay? So I hope this part is clear. And my mind is saying पहले 2% फिर 1%. Let's look at the third set. Oddsville has 5 firms, A, B, C, D, E. Each of these firms was founded in some year and also closed down a few years later. Each firm raised rupees 1 crore in its first and last year of existence. The amount each firm raised every year increased until it reached a maximum. Then it decreased until the firm closed down. So it's almost like this. Amount ऐसे बढ़ा, then ऐसे घटा. ठीक है. Pyramid type. No firm raised the same amount of money in 2 consecutive years. Each annual increase or decrease were either by 1 crore or 2 crore. So every year, it's either going to increase by 1, decrease by 1, increase by 2, decrease by 2. It's going to be one of these. And what is the info given in the table below? A, it starts from 9 to 16, B, 12 to 15, C, 13 to what? I don't know. But the total amount raised is there. D, 11 to 15, I don't know. E, 10 to what? Total is there. Now the problem in this is going to be, the moment I turn around and say, 2009,
दूसरा से सॉल्व करेंगे तीसरा मेरे को बताया
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
बताया
16. अब मेरे को पता है फर्स्ट ईयर में 1 है, लास्ट ईयर में 1 है. अब बीच में दिस सम हैज टू बी 19 because total is 21. अगेन 19 के कितने पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशंस है, I don't know. Looking at it, it feels that there might be a lot of combinations. Also, when I look at 13, it ends. The total raised is 9. I don't know when it ends. So could there be a lot of combinations here as well? It starts at 10. I don't know where it ends. Total is 13. Could there be a lot of combinations here as well? So my mind is telling me, if imagine there are 2 cases here, and say there are 2 here and there are 2 here, then that is almost like 6 unique cases. That is a lot of work that I will need to do. Do I want to do that much amount of work? I don't know. Let's look at the question. For which firm can the amount raised by them be computed with certainty? And look at the options: B, C, D, D, C, D, C. That means all 4 का तो है ही नहीं, मतलब guaranteed all 4 का तो नहीं हो पाएगा. So multiple cases होने हैं and across the board होने हैं काम होगा. What best can be computed about the total score cases? What is the largest possible total sum of money that can be raised in 2013 cases? If allowed raised rupees 3, if in 2013, then what is the smallest possible amount of money that would have been raised in 2012 cases? If total amount of money raised in 2014 is 12, which of the following is not possible? Again, cases. Now the problem is, in the previous set, I already was able to derive information and know मेरे को day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 का total मिल गया है. Ranks है मेरे को बस individual जानना है. यहाँ पे there is a lot which is unknown. There is a lot of work that I will need to do, and that is clearly visible. Doable set, but it seems on the face of it a lot more work and than set 1 and set 2. So my priority order for now is 1. Okay? I hope you all are following how my mind is working and what are the things that I am thinking of. Let's look at the 4th set. ABC visited an entertainment park that has 4 rides. Each ride lasts 1 hour and can accommodate 1 visitor at one point. All rides begin at 9 AM and must be completed by 5 PM except for ride C, for which the last ride has to be completed by 1 PM. Ride gates open every 30 minutes, example 10 AM, 10:30 and so on. Whenever a ride gate opens and there is no visitor inside, the first visitor waiting in the queue buys the ticket just before taking the ride. The ticket prices are rupees 20, rupees 50, 30, 40 for rides 1 to 4 respectively. Each of the 3 visitors took at least one ride, okay, and did not necessarily take all rides. None of them took the same ride more than once. Important. Nobody took the same ride more than once. The movement time from one ride to another is negligible and the visitor leaves the ride immediately after the completion of the ride. No one takes a break inside the park unless mentioned explicitly. So there is a lot of fundamentals happening here. वो राइट है, मेरे को पता है यार, एक राइट 1 है, एक राइट 2 है, एक राइट 3 है, एक राइट 4 है. मेरे पास लोग है, अंजलि, विपाशा एंड चित्रा. Somebody will do right 1, somebody right 2, somebody right 3, somebody right 4 at some point in time. Half an hour के intervals है. Each visitor जो right लेता है वो 1 hour का है. So I need to find out when a person took a ride. I think that is what the set is. What is the info? Chitra never waited in the queue, completed her visit by 11 after spending 50 to pay for the ticket. Anjali took ride 1 at 11 after waiting for 30 minutes for Chitra to complete it. It was the only ride where Anjali waited. Vipasha began her first of 3 rides at 11:30. All 3 visitors incurred the same amount of ticket expenditure or expense by 12:15. Last ride taken by Anjali and Vipasha was the same, where Vipasha waited 50 minutes for Anjali to complete the ride. Before standing in the queue for that ride, Vipasha took a 1 hour coffee break after completing the series. तो यहाँ पे भैया डेटा होता है, यहाँ पे काम होता है. Previous वाला जो सेट था वहाँ मुझे लग रहा था there are going to be a lot of cases, there is going to be a lot of work. Here I don't know whether there will be cases or not, but work is surely. Let's look at the question and see if it helps me. What was the total amount spent on tickets by Vipasha? Direct. Which were all the rides that Anjali completed by 2? Direct. Which ride was taken by all 3 visitors? Direct. How many rides did Anjali and Chitra take? Direct. What was the total amount spent on tickets by Anjali? Now, while there is a lot of work that this set will need, there are not going to be cases. None of the questions is if, none of the questions is had this happened, what will happen. None of the questions is what best can I say, what worst can I say. So there will be only one case satisfied. और उस केस से अगर मुझे आंसर नहीं आया, मतलब केस गलत है, so I don't even need to find out क्यों गलत है, क्या वो गलत है. I just need to find out the right. Just because of this reason, because I see there will not be cases, I feel this is the set which I would want to do set. So my earlier order remains the same, 1, but I will do 4 first and 3. Now this is how I go ahead, look at sets and I get it up directly. Now it's not necessarily कि मैं right हूँ. हो सकता है सेट 3 में केसेस लग रहे हो बहुत ज़्यादा, पर ज़्यादा होना खाली 2 केस. Then to it is stupid move that I have just made 3 should have been done before 4. But basis the information at hand at this point in time, and giving a cursory glance to the sets that are in front of us, this is the best that I can do in terms of the priority. I hope everybody is clear with this part and everybody is clear about elements that I wanted to look at when I wanted to judge which set to pick up when. Okay? Clear? Now we will try and solve it in this order. Let's start with set. Set okay. इसमें क्या है? 3 participants ABC participate in a random draw competition over 5 days. Each day, each participant randomly picks up a ball number between 1 and 9. The number on the ball determines the score on that day. The total number of a participant is the sum of his scores attained in the 5 days. The total score of a day is the sum of the participant's score on that day. The total score of a participant is the sum of scores taken in 5 days. The total score of a day is the sum of the participants' score on that day. The 2-day average on a day except on day 1 is the average of the total scores of days of that day. I don't think we have to very particular, we are comfortable with this. For example, if the total score of day 1 and day 2 are 25 and 20, then the 2-day average on day 2 is calculated as 20.5. Table 1 gives the 2-day averages for day 2. This info I'm absolutely clear with. मुझे इससे ये भी पता है that because of this statement I will get day 1, day 2, day 3. The other was participants are ranked each day with each person having the maximum score being awarded the minimum rank. If there is a tie, all participants with the tied score are awarded the best possible rank. For example, if on a day ABC score 8, 7, 7, then their ranks will be 1 and 2 respectively. These ranks are given here. So मेरे को डेटा तो समझ आ गया, पहले समझ आ गया. Also I know there is some additional data. Questions also I gone ahead and read. Let's actually go ahead and start solving. When I start solving, if I was doing it exam, obviously I have to solve tables that I have to go ahead and make, right? But right now, what do I have? I don't know. I have to go ahead and make it. Right? So what do I go ahead and do? I go ahead and have a look at it. इसके लिए ये क्या है? मेरे को सबके रैंक्स पता है, मेरे को डे वाइज एवरेज पता है. So I just want to go ahead and make a table. What is the table that I will make? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, Akhil, Vimal, Chatur, total score. This is the table that I will go ahead and. Now the question is why am I making this table? यार डेटा देखो, डेटा के अकॉर्डिंगली डे वाइज हर बंदे का रैंक है, डेटा के अकॉर्डिंगली डे वाइज आई हैव द रैंक ऑफ एवरीबॉडी, डेटा के अकॉर्डिंगली आई नो दैट डे 1 प्लस डे 2 इज इक्वल टू 30, 15 into 2, डे 2 प्लस डे 3 इज इक्वल टू 15.5 into 2 which is 31, डे 3 plus day 4 is 16 into 2 which is 32 because that's the 2-day average, and day 4 sorry yeah right day 4 plus day 5 is 17 into 2 which is 32. I have all this data and I know the total score on day 3 is same as the total score on day 4. So day 3 and day 4 का total score same है. So x ले लो, so 2x is 32, x is 16. So day 3 is 16, day 4 is 16. If day 4 is 16, day 5 is how much? It is 18. That means if day 3 is 16, then how much is day 2? Day 2 is 15. If day 2 is 15, how much is day 1? Day 1 is 15. So I know 15, 15, 16. Day 4 कितना था? Day 4 was 16 and एक day 5 भी है, I missed it. तो day 5 भी डाल दो. Day 5 कितना है? Day 5 is 8. This table I already know and I know ranks. So I'll just go ahead and fill this up. So just for my convenience, I've already gone ahead and created this table for me, and like I stated, I'll just put in the total score: 15, 15, 16, 16, 18. Here total score. Done. Clear? As simple as that. This is what I'm doing. Now let's try and solve. मेरे को क्या बोला गया? Let's look at the first data. What have they gone ahead and told me? Chatur always scores in multiples of 3. His score on day 2 is the unique highest score in the competition. His minimum score is observed only on day 1 and it matches others. Now, there are two problems. Number one, if you look at the data, it stated that each participant randomly picks up a ball numbered between 1 and 9. Yeah, our English tells us that between 1 and 9 means 2 to 8. Our English tells us this, yeah, between 1 and 9 means 2 to 8. But if you look at this data, Chatur always scores in multiples of 3. If he always scores in multiples of 3, then between 2 to 8, the only possibilities are 3 and 6. His score on day 2 is the unique highest, so day 2 का unique highest 6 हो जाएगा. His minimum score is observed only on day 1, so only on day 1 3 होगा. Highest score भी है, वो भी unique है. भी day 2 में हो गया, तो rest of the days what will he score? Rest of the days what will he score? The moment you treat this data, you understand CAT made an error. They did not want to say between 1 and 9, they wanted to say from 1 and 9. So the actual will be from 1 and 9. Now keep in mind, this error is not called an error and everybody will not get marks because of marks. It's a problem that CAT has done. It is a grammatical error, but they are not giving free marks because of that. So you need to be smart enough giving the first point and understanding. भैया ये लोग तो 1 to 9 बोल रहे हैं, not between 1 and 9 which is 1 and 9. ठीक है? That's point 1. Second, अब जब मुझे पता है that scores are multiples of 3, so scores are 3, 6 and 9. ठीक है? His score on day 2 is the unique highest. Unique highest है तो 9 होगा, तो day 2 में 9. All other boxes, all other cells that you are seeing will be less than 9 because it is unique highest. Unique highest. All other will be less than 9. Keep that in mind. His minimum score is observed only on day 1. Minimum can only be 3. And it is observed only on day 1. So day 1 में 3 है और किसी दिन 3 नहीं होगा. Day 2 9 है और किसी दिन 9 नहीं होगा. That means on all the remaining days he can only be 6. I know so much about Chatur already. What else? His minimum score is observed only on day 1 and it matches Akhil's score on day 4. So day 1 Chatur is 3, Akhil's on day 4 will be 3. If Akhil on day 4 is 3 and the total score is 16, so 6 plus 3 9 हो गया, so Bimal has to be 7. ठीक है? Chatur Ramalingam, if you watch Three Idiots, whenever I see this, get excited, get happy. Chatur is helping us even now. He has given us data for day. जहाँ तक plan, no tension. ठीक है? Now what do I have? Now they are saying Bimal scores are the same on day 1 and day 3. So Bimal का day 1 and day 3 same है X. अब मैं क्या करूँगा? अब मैं इस टेबल को तो देखा ही नहीं, रैंक्स पे आ जाते हैं. Ranks पे सबसे पहले look at a place where the ranks are equal. If it is equal, I know they have the same points. Right? They have the same scores. So look at day 3. Yeah, day 3 में Akhil and Bimal both are ranked. That means both will have same score. Chatur already has 6. Total is 16. So that means A plus B on day 3 has to be equal to 10. Because total is 16, Chatur is 6. बाकी दोनों का सम 10 होगा. And दोनों equal है. मतलब ये तो भैया 5 है. यहाँ तक आ भी clear? Also यहाँ क्या बोला था? Bimal score are the same on day 1 and day 3. So if they are same as day 1 and day 3, ये x हटा दो. ये भी 5 हो गया. अब अगर ये भी 5 हो गया, day 1 का A का score I can get 15 minus 5 minus 3, 15 minus 8. So suddenly look at it. 3 दिन का काम is done and dusted. No pause for 1. 3 days is already done. I am sitting happy. So while when I read the set also I knew there were cases, but I knew there is a lot of information that this second point is giving me. Hence I got excited that this is something which I want. Clear? I hope everybody is clear with this. Okay? Now what do I do? Now day 2 and day 5 let's have a look at. Yeah, day 2 में 15 total and 9 Chatur को मिला. That means A plus B is equal to 6. That much I know. Also look at this. Rank of these two people is different. Akhil is more than Bimal. Akhil is more than Bimal. Sum is 6. What are the possibilities? Let's start with highest. Akhil can be 5. Bimal can be 1. Akhil can be 4. Bimal can be 2. Akhil 3. Bimal 3 not possible because A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then Akhil 3. Bimal 3 not possible. Akhil 2. Bimal 4 not possible. Akhil 1. Bimal 5 not possible. So these are the only possibilities. Which means if this is 5, this is 1. If this is 4, this is 2. Clear? Easy peasy. यहाँ तक तो एकदम simple है, कोई टेंशन नहीं. Same thing I will do in day 5. Rank is 3 and 1. That means Bimal's rank is higher. Bimal is scoring better. Total is 18. Chatur is 6. So what I am left with is 12. What I am left with is 12. So 18 minus 6, 12. So what do I have? A plus B is 12. Also, what do I know? I know that B is greater than A. I also know that B का rank 1 है, so B is surely greater than Chatur's score. Chatur was 6, so B is greater than 6. I know all of this. Now, if B is greater than 6, let's start with all possibilities. Let's give B 7, so this guy is 5. Let's give B 8, so this guy is 6. Can B be 9? No, because they clearly stated Chatur's score on day 2 is the unique highest score. Remember I pointed out all other cells will be less than 9. All other cells will be less than 9. So the only possibility for Bimal is 7 or 8. So if Bimal is 7 or 8, and when Bimal is 7, A can be 5. When Bimal is when Bimal is 7, A can be how much? 12. Yeah, fine. And when Bimal is 8, this can be 4. I think Bimal is 6. This is a 4. Because sum has to be 12. So this is it. This is the total that I am looking at. This is the total I am looking at. Now if I do the total, what do I get? Chatur ka total is 12 and 9 is 21, 27, 30. B ka is 5, 10, 17. 17 plus 8 is 25. Then 17 plus 9 is 26. And 17 plus 10 is 27. These are the three possibilities. Then 5, 12, 15. 15 plus, let's say 10, that's 25, that will be the highest. 15 plus 4 and 4, which is 8, that's 23. Then 15 plus 4 and 5, which is 24. So 23, 24, 25, 25, 26, 27, C, 30. Let's look at the questions. What is Akhil's score on day 1? Akhil's score on day 1, we found out very early on, is 7. Done. Who attains the maximum total score? यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं Chatur, 30 पे. Maximum is Chatur. What is the minimum possible total score of Bimal? The minimum possible total score of Bimal, I've kept it here 25, 26, 27. So the answer will be 25. If the total score of Bimal is a multiple of 3, what is the score of Akhil on day 2? Total score of Bimal is a multiple of 3, that means 27. For 27, he needs to get 8 and 2. If it is 8 and 2, then Akhil is 4 and 4. That means he is 8, right? Which means question was, what is Akhil's score on day 2? Akhil's score on day 2 is 4. Okay, so let me just remove this circle so it becomes easier. Okay, let's look at the last question. If Akhil attains a total score of 24, what is the total score of Bimal? If Akhil attains a total score of 24, Akhil attains total score of 24, which is the second case. For second case, day 2 can be 5, day 5 can be 4, or day 2 can be 4, can be 5. So in either of the two cases are possible because 9 would be there, okay. Then what is the total score of Bimal? So if I take 5 and 4, then Bimal is 1 and 7, which means I add 8 to Bimal's score. If I take 4 and 5, if I take 5 and 4, then Bimal is 1 and 8, my bad, 1 and 8. 5 and 4, Bimal is 1 and 8, that means 9. If I take 4 and 5, then Bimal is 2 and 7, which is also 9. That means I have to add 9 to 5, 5, 7, which is 17 plus 9, which is 26. So 26 is the answer. So I am very happy at this point in time that I picked up set 2, because one thing is clear, my identification that second point, the total score on day 3 and day 4 common of C is set. I hope I'm clear to you. I hope this particular set is clear to everybody in terms of how you can avoid an approach. Okay? Let's move to set 1. I also have a sip of water for those of you who solved it or not solved it. Just read this while I have a sip of water. Okay. What do I have? The average number of points per sack. There are 9 boxes arranged in a 3x3 array as shown in tables 1 and 2. 3x3 array, 9 boxes. Okay, so this is the box, sack, coin. When I read it, I remember I had gone in and spoken about this. It is the box, sack, coin wala set. Okay, I understand this set. Each box contains 3 sacks. Each sack has a certain number of coins between 1 and 9 both inclusive. Now here, देखो both inclusive बोल दिया, previous set में बोलना भूल गए, मतलब कोई तो गलती थी. So please keep that in mind. Okay, there was some error. Here, this is fine. Okay. Perfect. So if I'm looking at this point यहाँ तक done, the total number of each sack has a certain. The average number of coins per sack in the boxes are all distinct integers. Average number of coins per sack. Per sack. Now if I look at this box, the number of coins per sack means total coins divided by number of sacks, which is 3. This should be equal to an integer. Right? This should be equal to an integer. And each of these will be unique integers. We've just stated our distinct integers. मतलब कहीं पे 1 होगा, कहीं पे 2, कहीं पे 3, कहीं पे 4, कहीं पे 5, कहीं पे 6, कहीं पे 7, कहीं पे 8, agree with that? All unique integers, कहीं पे 1, कहीं पे 2, कहीं पे 3, कहीं पे 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, कुछ ये होगा. Which means if the average is 1 to 9, then the total is what? If the average is 1 to 9, then the total is 3, 6, 9, 12, so on and so forth till 27. This is the total. This is the total of the coins. Matlab in one particular box I will have 3 coins, in some other box I will have 27 coins, in some other box I will have 12 coins, in some other box 15 coins, so on and so forth. So the sum total of the number of coins in this entire set is 3 plus 6 plus 9, so on and so forth. 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus this till 27. इसको मैं बोल सकता हूँ 3 into 1 plus so on and so forth till 9. Now the sum of the first 10 natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 9 into 10 by 5, which is 45. 45 into 3. Matlab the total sum of all the coins, in this set is 135. I hope everybody is clear with this. just from this particular thing, the average number of coins per sack in the boxes are all distinct integers. Khali isse, just from this I've understood that since the average is all distinct integers, then say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, could be in any order, but this is predominantly what it is. And these are the averages. So the total in this box is 3, the total in this box is 6, the total in this box is 27, and so on. So the total across all the boxes is 3 plus 6 plus 9 is 27, which is 3 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 9, which is n into n plus 1 by 2 into 3, which is 135. Now the next is, the total number of coins in each row is the same, the total number of coins in each column is the same. Now, if the total number of coins in this set is 3x, then that means each row is x, 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 each column is x, x, x. Now I know that the total number of coins in this entire set is 135. So what is x? 3x is 135, x is 45. That means the total number of coins in first row, in third row 45, in second row 45, in first row 45, in first column 45, in second column 45, in third column 45. भैया यहाँ तक हो गया. And if you remember, which I do while I was reading the set, wasn't that the first question? What is the total number of coins in all the boxes in the third row? It is 45. I don't even need to solve. This was a math question. This was a question on averages. It is not an LRDI set, it's a question on averages. That the answer to this is 45. हो भी गया. Done. I don't even need to solve the set, I am solving math. LRDI है ही नहीं, ये quant का question था, averages का question था. So the first question is a quant question. समझ आ गया? Now the additional data that they had given was table 1 gives information regarding the median of the number of coins in the 3 sacks in a box. In table 2, each box has a number which represents the number of sacks in that box having more than 5 coins. The number is followed by an asterisk and each asterisk comes. Now, this entire data I have gone ahead and put it in this format. All the data. And these are the boxes. When I want to go ahead and solve, I don't like solving in small boxes. If I have the paper, I would just put this in big boxes because it just becomes easier to solve. Okay? Now, what do I know? I know that these numbers that are given, they are medians. What is median? When I put 3 numbers in ascending order, the number at the middle is known as the median. If 3 numbers are put in ascending or descending order, the middle number is known as the median. Now, all the numbers are from 1 to 9. They are telling me second row का median. जो median है मैं उसको second number डाल दूँ. Each box has 3 numbers. The second number will denote the median column. Okay? Second number will denote the median column. This is my median. I know. Okay? So there is one. Now, if I look at this, if the median is 9, that means the middle term is 9 when arranged in ascending order, then the term after that can only be greater than equal to 9. It can't be smaller than that for sure. I am arranging it in ascending order. It's up to me. I have decided कि भैया मैं तो ascending में डालूंगा. The order of the coins could be anything. It could be third sack at 9 and second sack at 2 and first sack at 1. I don't care. I need to go ahead and put it in a particular format. So I am denoting it in such a way कि middle वाला जो होगा वो middle sack. मेरे ऊपर वो definition. ठीक है? तो अब the third sack में जो होगा it has to be greater than equal to 9 because median is 9. So third sack is greater than equal to 9. But coins can only be from 1 to 9. So 9 to 9. Lovely. I am happy. Very very happy. Perfect. कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है जिंदगी. This is done. अब what I am going to do is I am going to look at the questions and decide किस order में मुझे solve. The first question is what is the total number of coins in the third row? I have done 40. How many boxes have at least one sack? So if they are saying how many boxes have at least one sack, I will need to go ahead and solve it for all the boxes. I will need to go ahead and solve it for all the boxes. ठीक है? अब solving करते हैं अगर for all boxes करना है. इससे शुरू करें. यार the first question has spoken about third row. Generally that is a hint कि यहाँ से शुरू करना चाहिए. So I would like to look at the questions. I would want to start with the third row से शुरू करें. What is the third row data telling me? The third row data is telling me median 8 hai, and there are three boxes. There are three boxes. Sorry. क्या बोले थे? If a sack in that box satisfy each other, the minimum number. Sorry. In table 2, each box has a number which represents the number of sacks in that box having more than 5 points. So this number 3 means there are 3 sacks in this box. All 3 sacks have more than 5 points. So ये जो दोनों number है, both will be greater than 5. This much I know. Then there is one star. Star means out of these three only one can be true. The first statement is minimum among the numbers in the three sacks is 1. Not possible. All are greater than 5. Minimum can't be 1. Median is 1. नहीं भाई median तो 8 दिया हुआ है तो वो भी नहीं है. So basically it has to be what? Basically only the third statement has to be true, which is the maximum among the number of coins in the three sacks is 9. Maximum 9 होगा तो maximum. Clear? अब what do I know? I know each of these boxes में जो coins है it is divisible by 3. Remember यहाँ पे मैंने किया था कि यहाँ पे clearly लिखा है that the average number of coins per sack in the boxes are all distinct integers. That means the sum total of the coins has to be divisible by 3. तभी तो 3 से divide करके distinct integer मिल रहा है. So the sum has to be divisible by 3. 8 plus 9 17 हो गया. 17 plus something is divisible by 3. 17 plus something is divisible by 3. Now keep this in mind कि ये जो plus something है it is greater than 5. So what are the possibilities? 17 plus 6 23 not divisible by 3. 17 plus 7 24 yes that is possible. 17 plus 8 25 not divisible by 3. 17 plus 9 26 not divisible. So the only possibility is 7. So ये number तो 7. Am I clear? And the moment I get this number 7, what is the total that I get here? 7 and 8, which is 15. 15 and 9 is 24. So I can say the average is 8. Am I clear? Clear? This is the way to go ahead. Cool? This is the way. Now let's look at the second one. I said my first third row पहले करूँगा. Let's look at this. I have two boxes. Yes. If I read this, box number 2 has a number which represents number of sacks in that box having more than 5. So I have 2 sacks greater than 5. That means I have 1 sack less than 5. I hope that part is clear. 2 sacks greater than 5, 1 sack less than 5. Now let's read it. If there are 2 sacks which are greater than 5, समझो मैं ये 3 sack है. 2 of them are greater than 5. तो ये जो middle वाला term है ये तो greater than 5 ही होगा. मैं अगर ascending order में लिख रहा हूँ. 2 are greater than 5. I'm writing in ascending order. Then only this one can be less than 5. The middle one has to be more than 5. The last one has to be more than 5. That means the median for this box is surely greater than 5. The 2 asterisks means at least 2 statements correct. Look at the second statement. The median of the numbers of coins in the 3 sacks is 1. ये तो नहीं हो सकता because the median I've just stated has to be greater than 5. भैया one part is clear कि median अगर ये नहीं है तो minimum has to be 1 and maximum has to be 9. These two have to be correct because there are 2 asterisks. So minimum 1, maximum 9 यहाँ पर correct. Middle वाला बस बाकी है. What will the middle be? 1 plus 9 10 है. 10 plus what? So that it is divisible by 3 and that number also has to be greater than 5 because this middle one is also greater than 5 because there are two numbers which are greater than 5. यहाँ पे 2 clearly लिखा है. That means I have 2 sacks which are more than 5. ठीक है? So what will it be? 10 plus what? 10 plus 6 से शुरू करते 16 not divisible by 3. 10 plus 7 not divisible by 3. 10 plus 8 divisible by 3. 18. So 18 हो गया. This number is 6. I hope we are clear till here. I hope we are clear till here. ठीक है? Next, let's come to this part. This one states there are 0 sacks greater than 5. मतलब all sacks will have less than 5 points and 2 में asterisks है. There are 2 asterisks. If there are 2 asterisks, the last can't be true that the maximum of the number is greater than 9 because all sacks have less than 5. All sacks have less than equal to 5. There is nothing which has greater than 5. The maximum can't be 9. मतलब these 2 statements have to be true 1 and 2. So minimum is 1 and the median is 1. Both have to be true. So minimum 1, median 1. ये दोनों. अब मेरे को क्या पता है? मेरे को पता है भैया sum of all the coins is 45. मेरे को यहाँ पे सम मिल गया 8 into 3 24, यहाँ मिल गया 6 into 3 18, 24 plus 18. What is 24 plus 18? It is 42. 24 plus 18 is 42, so that means this will be clear. Now there is another way to solve this. What is that other way? Till now I have come till here. I have come till here. I have come till here. Now what do I know? That in this particular box the sum has to be divisible by 3 again. So 2 plus something is divisible by 3, and this something is less than or equal to 5. So 2 plus 1 हो सकता है, 2 plus 2 हो सकता है, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 2 नहीं हो सकता, 2 plus 3 नहीं हो सकता, 2 plus 4 हो सकता है. So either this was going to be 1 or this was going to be 1. So the options were 1 1 1 or 1 1. Now add all the points in this. 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 24. 1 plus 8 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, or 1 plus 1 plus 4, which is 6. If I add all of this, the sum is either 45 or 48. Go to the questions. And in the options there is no 48, so the answer has to be 45, and this has to be 1. So in case it did not strike you early on कि भैया ये तो एक math का question था, averages था, जिससे I could have gotten 45 for each row and each column already. समझो ये आपको strike नहीं किया, then this is the way in which you could have gone ahead and done. This is the way in which you could have gone ahead and done. You could have identified that it is going to be 45 in this methodology as well by just solving numbers. I hope this part is clear. If I look at this average, यहाँ तक clear हो गया. अब रो 2 से शुरू करते हैं. अब रो 2 में भी ये जो 0 है, this is very exciting. ये 1 is also very exciting. So let's start with say this. Let's start with say this. What does this one state? This one turns around and tells me that there is going to be one number which is greater than 5. There is going to be one number which is going to be greater than 5, and there are two asterisks. There are two asterisks that at least 2 of these are going ahead and getting satisfied. At least 2 of these are going ahead and getting satisfied. Okay? One number greater than 5, and at least 2 of these are getting satisfied. Now look at this. I already have the median. So median of all numbers in the sack is 1. ये तो गलत हो गया. And there are 2 asterisks. So that means statement 1 and statement 3 both have to be true. That means the minimum is 1 and the maximum is 9. Add करो 11 plus 1 12, so average of 4. Very easy. Done, sorted. I don't need to worry. So look at 1, 4, 6 and 8 averages here. Let's move to the middle one, which is 0. That means no number is greater than 9 and there is 1 asterisk. There is no number greater than 9 and there is 1 asterisk. Now, if there is no number greater than 9, then surely the maximum is not 9. Imagine if the median is 9. Imagine I turn around and straight away. Okay, the median is, sorry, imagine if I turn around and straight away, the median is 1. If the median is 1, the minimum will also have to be 1. Minimum can't be 0. So ये दोनों स्टेटमेंट में हो जाएंगे 1 and 2. Then I will asterisk तो एक ही है. Asterisk तो एक ही है. So I can't turn around and state that the median is 1. So what will I turn around and do? Median तो 1 नहीं है, but minimum guaranteed. Minimum. Also what I know that the sum of this and this should be such that the total sum is going to be divisible by 3. So 1 plus something has to be divisible by 3, and both these numbers are less than equal to 5. So the sum of these two numbers is less than equal to 10. So 1 plus क्या क्या हो सकता है? 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 5 is 6, 1 plus 8 is 9. Now 1 plus 2, 3 I can't do because this is already done. Out with this. Okay, out with this. So either I have 1 plus 5 which is 6, or I have 1 plus 8 which is 9. Clear? Either I am going to have 1 plus 5 which is 6, or I am going to have 1 plus 8 which is 9. So I will hold on. I will come back. I will come back to this. I know it is either going to be 5 or it is going to be 8 at this point in time. I will come back. Let's see क्या होगा. I don't know. Let's see क्या होगा. Now let's see where I am. Let's look at this one. I have 3 and I have asterisk. That means all 3 numbers are greater than 5 and there is one asterisk. So the maximum has to be 9. We want
कुछ भी समझ गया
कि
मतलब ट्राई
maximum
कर सकते
9.
हैं हो सकता है 50-50 कंफर्म हो गया
Maximum 9. And all 3 numbers are greater. All 3 numbers are greater than 9. Maximum भी 9 है. All 3 numbers are greater than 9. यहाँ तक हम clear? I hope everybody is clear with this, that the maximum is going to be 9 because the maximum of the 3 columns is 9. That is one asterisk that is coming in. Okay? And all 3 numbers are greater than 9. That part is also.
एक ऑप्शन दो है
I'm stopping here as well. I'll come back to this second. Let's go back to the first.
जब बता रहे तो वो बैंक कहाँ से ध्यान था
I'll tell you why. Because there are certain inputs. Because there could be multiple cases here. At this point in time, I don't know
सेकंड
what
कॉलम
cases
का
will be. So I'll come back.
वहाँ वही बता
Now
रहे
let's go. Let's have a look at this one. This particular the second column first. What was it? It is 2 star. It is 2 star. What is 2 star telling me? When 2 star is telling me that there are consecutive sacks which are greater than 5. I already have them 9 and 9. मेरे पास one asterisk भी है. That means this one sack which is less than 9 for sure. And there's some this one sack which is less than 5 for sure, and then some has to be divisible by 3. 18 already है. 18 plus what? So 18 plus 3 हो सकता है because 18 is already divisible by 3. Can it be 18 plus 6? No, so it has to be less than equal to 5. So this has to be 3. 9, 9, 8. This is done. Clear till here? Everybody is clear till here? So the numbers that I have already got in are 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. Please keep in mind the number 9 has to be. And for me to get an average as 9, for me to get an average as 9, all the 3 will have to be 9. All the 3 sacks will have to have the number 9. Do you agree? For me to get the average of this box as 9 or any box as 9, all three sacks will have to be 9 points. Now this one already has one sack which has 6 points. This one already has one sack which has 1 point. And guess what? The first column, first row is that there is going to be only one sack with greater than 5. That means the remaining 2 sacks will have less than 5 points. So here also there will be at least 2 sacks with less than 5 points. So the only box which is left which can have all 9 points is this. So it will be 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Am I clear? Am I clear? Everybody. I hope this part is clear. I hope this part is What is the next thing that I have to get? Well, the next thing is in both the sum has to be equal to 45 as well. This is 27. This is 12. 39 done. 45. I need 6. That means this plus this is the 75. So I have 5. I have 5. Now मेरे को अगर 5 चाहिए और 5 different ways I can make it as 1 plus 2, but that is not possible since there is only one aspect and then 1 plus 2 can be also equal to that. So I can't do that. I can't do it. So it's going to be 1. That's the only possibility which is the number I get. And look at it suddenly. 1 is done, 2 is done, 4 is done, 6 is done, 7 is done, 8 is done, 9. So I'm left with 1. I'm only left with average. Now, if the average of this box has to be 2, then the sum total of the points have to be 6. 3 into 2. But already the median is 6. The other point can't be 6 average. If the average of this is 5 average of this is 5, so the sum total of the remaining has got to be 9. Sum total of the remaining two has got to be 9. This one plus this one has to be 9. Look at this. I have 2 sacks which are greater than 5, but there is only 1 asterisk. I have 2 sacks which are greater than 9, but there is only 1 asterisk. Now I know median वाला asterisk तो नहीं है. अगर maximum वाला asterisk this is 9 and maximum is already 15. This will have to become 0. What was it? Some I minus 7 done, I need 7 done. Clear? Now the
Wow.
only thing that I'm left with is इसका average. That
Wow.
means इसका sum is going to be 6.
कोई बोलेगा पढ़ने के लिए
इसका sum is going to be 6. This is what I have. What does it tell me? It tells me I have only one box. I have only one. Average card is done, right? One, three was there. My bad. Three was there. This will be three. This will be three. Clear?
How we get first, second year?
Okay. Now, one thing which I had gone ahead and done was I had gone ahead and stated it to you again. Because when you 3 is the sum as 9, this is already 6, and there are two sacks which are greater than 5. There are two sacks which are greater than 5. 6 plus one more which is greater than 5. 11 which is up to 11. Even now the logic, and this is 3 and इसका sum 9. ठीक है, this part. अब there is only one box which is greater than 5. If that one box itself is 9, that one box itself is 9, the other box is 9, if that one sack itself is 9, the other two sacks are absolutely 0, not possible. If that one sack itself is 9, the other two are 9, because some 9 होना है. So that means when there are two asterisks, the two asterisks denote the first statement now is first statement is minimum is 1, second statement is median is 1, and we are done. This is basically what the entire set is. So yes, it took some time for me to go ahead and explain this set. I would go ahead and do it in that. Yes, I should about 15 minutes, but I'm okay with that. Spending about 15 minutes to go ahead and solve it. I could have done it a little bit, as you saw, I answered the question. Even if you look at the second question, how many boxes have at least one sack containing 9 points? How many boxes have at least one sack containing 9 points? Boxes have at least one sack, so let me change the color so that I can put it in. So this box has one sack, this box has one sack, this box has one, this box. So if I'm going ahead and looking at it, how many boxes have at least one sack containing 9 points? There are 5 boxes. There are 5 boxes. For how many boxes are the average and median of the number of points contained in the three sacks? So for how many boxes are the average and median? The average and median. 3 and 1 not the same, 7 and 9 not the same, 5 and 6 not the same, 7 and 2 not the same, 2 and 2 same, first same, 9 and 9 same, second box, 8 and 8 same, third box, 1 and 1 same. So there are 4 such boxes. The answer here is how many sacks have exactly 1 point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sacks have exactly 1 point, which means this is 9. In how many boxes all the 3 sacks contain different numbers? So all 3 are different. 117, 139, 168, yes. Different colors. Let me take so 1681, 1292, 1233, 7894, 1895. So there are 5 such boxes. 5. And the second set is done. So I hope this set is clear to everybody. Once again, lot of pointers, lot of hints, lot of things that we went ahead and looked at. And as always, there were 2 ways of solving the first question. One, to understand that it's math and average is direct. Other nahi, then going by the option where you realize, yeah, it's yeah, clear? Let's go to the next set. We said we'll solve. We said we'll solve. So let's have a look at set number 4. A, B, C is an entertainment park that is 4 rides. Each ride lasts 1 hour and 1 visitor at 1 visitor. All rides begin at 9 AM and complete at 5 PM. All rides rides begin at 9 must be completed at 5, except for ride 3, for which the last ride has to be completed by 1. Ride gates open every 30 minutes, example 10, 10:30 and 11:15. Whenever a ride gate opens and there is no visitor inside, the first visitor waiting in front of you buys the ticket just before taking the ride. So just before taking the ride, you buy the ticket and the moment there is nothing to wait, quick we need the ticket. The ticket prices are 20, 50, 30 and 40 for rides 1 to 4 respectively. So ride 1 is 20, ride 2 is 50, ride 3 is 40. Each of the three visitors took at least one ride and did not necessarily take at least one different. None of them took the same ride more than once. The movement time from one ride to another is negligible, and the visitor leaves the ride immediately after the completion of the ride. No one takes a break inside the park unless mentioned explicitly. So no one will take a break. Chitra never waited until the completed a visit by 11 Anjali took ride 1 at 11 minutes after the weekend for the now one thing is very how do I go ahead and how I want to and these are the additional data points and from these data points I directly that's what I do. Now these are the data points. All the data points are given data points. All you don't need to go and I can't read and keep track. Now what is going on in my mind? What is going on in my mind? I am how to represent there are 4 rights. So A part there are 4 rights. Second, rights begin at 9, they end at 5, and there are 30 minutes. So why don't that run after
हम क्या करें अब मार्क्स देख लेंगे
12 and I go ahead and just create a table like this where I will go ahead and just that is why I create tables like tables but I wanted to show you why my brain is working like this because this is also very important part of solving this. How do you identify how to solve it? My funda is if I want to use the table now in the cell what I have to do then is in the right place ABC को right place में डाल दिया this is the table that I want to do what I done this part is clear just for my convenience now that I've done this for convenience I will what I all rides begin at 9 must end at 5 except for ride the last ride 1 o'clock तक ride is by 1 o'clock that means add 1 right here open every example whenever a right gate the first visitor the ticket prices are 20 40 for ride 1 so that I can write refer to it at any point in the right The movement time from one ride to another is negligible. A visitor leaves the ride immediately after completion. Right? which and negligible time for one ride. जहाँ तक I'm no one takes a
No one takes a break inside the park unless mentioned explicitly. Mention नहीं किया तो break नहीं ले रहे, ठीक है? Chitra never waited in the queue and completed her visit by 11 a.m. after spending 50. If she has spent 50 rupees, either she took one ride and spent 50, or she took the rides which are 20 plus 30. You will agree with this?
देखना वहाँ पे
अगर उसने दो राइड
अगर उसने 2 राइड लिए तो 1 night